Hey guys, today is Wednesday, March the 8th of 2023, and I wanted to go over the energy, metals, and US dollar, US pre-market. So without any further delay, let's get into it. As you can see, the dollar was the highlight here. It kind of moved a lot of stuff around, and it broke above 105.35. That's put a high of 105.88. It looks like some sellers are coming in, so it'll be interesting to see how this is going to play out with the dollar being this strong. I know there's an Elliott wave 4 here, wave 4 count on the I believe it's on the weekly or the daily. No, on the daily is a wave 4 count here, and on the weekly there's a possible projection wave 4s over here. Hopefully, maybe we have some time to look at that. Looking at crude, you can see that it just pulled back in, still in range, so it's just kind of choppy and noisy. Whatever the dollar damage did or whatever news event came out, it's still in a squeeze play on the daily, but it's kind of choppy. You can't really tell where it wants to head. But so far, the pressure on the 4 hours to the downside, even though the daily is just range bound chopped. And our Bob looked like he wanted to have a little breakout, but it pulled back in and now is back in range between the 271 and the 227. The 4 hours just kind of weak. So let's see how that's going to play out. If we could close above, this week above 271 or continue in this chop fest in this range bound market. NG 268, it's your number. We need to close above 268 for NG to see higher prices. If not, we're going to be in chop mode or lower if we can't show up and close above 268 this week. So you can see that there. And heating oil, looks pretty bad. Nothing really positive here, although there's a squeeze play, and it looks like the pressure's to the upside, but price action has not been reflecting that. And with the sell-off yesterday, the pressure is towards the downside as of now. Looking at the metals markets real quick, you can see what the dollar did, causes damage. Although the low is holding 18.10, maybe some bottom feeders might show up here, but so far the pressure was to the downside. Is it going to continue? That remains to be seen. If we can hold 18.10, there could be some more pressure. Silver, very weak. Needs to regain 21.21, but so far it's below that. It's finding a pivot here at 19.97. If that doesn't hold, then 17.99 is your next target. As you can see it as the 4 hour. Very weak. Copper 408 is your number. 408, line in the sand. 408. Remember that. You can see it right here. If we can close above that, it's either going to go sideways, lower. Targets 392 all the way to a 371. If it's, and looking at the squeeze play here, it looks like the pressure now wants to go to the downside. It looked like it was going to go up. It's kind of choppy here, but as of now, today, it looks like the pressure wants to go lower, even though the 4 hour has one of these positive histogram here. But we'll see. Hopefully, maybe it can stay above $4 at least and climb back up to 408. And platinum, same thing, range bound now, 983 all the way to 903. You're kind of smack in the middle. As they say, don't fill in the middle. And you're entering a squeeze play as of today. At the 4 hour, you can see that it's very weak. So if we can, pretty much range bound. It needs to hold 903 and pretty much take out 986. So that's what's going on there. I wanted to look at the dollar real quick. Line in the sand on the dollar is at 104.70 and exploded above there. So that looks good. So let's see if it's going to continue pushing higher. Possible targets 106.49 all the way to 107.62. So far is looking good. Let's see if it could hold at least 105.65 today. This is the high of yesterday. And Also targets 105, 67 all the way to 105.99. If it could close above 105.99 this week, that's pretty strong. And that's very extreme. But yeah, that's those are the key levels. In regards to volume, these are the volumes. You see this? Let's open this up. I want to show you this. See this area right here? This is where it's stalled as of today. This is where there's a lot of resistance in regards to volume. So this is the point of control. And we were just kind of oscillating back and forth there. This is using a 1 year. And now you can see that right here, we're having a tough time right there. So if we could close above that, it's going to oscillate about around 106.57. And then it's going to find resistance somewhere around 107.43 and change. 38, 107 and change. Somewhere around there is going to find some resistance. So it's gonna have to, chug along. If the buyers are gonna come in, and then you got this high here. So it's kind of close. It's hovering. It's holding right now. So we'll see how that's gonna play out. Hey guys, so this is our Elliott wave chart. This is the monthly chart. As you can see, the Stokes are about to cross over. We're back in the mobile band, which gets a little noisy here in regards to the monthly. But when you look at the weekly, it's positive. So the prices are above the mobile band, so it looks like it wants to go higher. Stokes are, positive. Doing the Elliott wave count, we have a projection wave 4 of 105.48, and I believe it's at 105.88, a high. And it wants to continue higher, 106.93 possible wave 4 projection target on the weekly. These little stars are showing us that if prices continue pushing higher and close above all these, then that means that the dollar wants to even go higher. So there won't be a wave 5 correction. Looking at the daily, as you can see, nice explosion to the upside yesterday. And same thing. If we get to close above these things, it already says a wave 4 right here, and we got this explosion. Could it be a dead cat bounce? We'll see. But so far, the Stokes have just been going sideways here. We'll see if it's going to continue pushing higher. That's on the, let's see over here. Targets I have here. If it's going to push higher, anywhere between 106.36 all the way to 106.84. And you got this trend line, this blue line right here from the highs that I just want to see if we could get to close above that. So this is our master chart. Just wanted to do a few things. This will be my last chart, and then we'll end this video. First off, price action is above the 50, but below the 200 SMA. Using our Gann fans, you can see that we're above this angle, which is the 1x3. So far, looking good. The one I'm concerned is this 45-degree angle coming down from the high. I like to see if we have a close above that. If we have a close above that, that's very strong, very bullish. Looks like it may want to continue going higher. There's another Gann fan from here. This could be a possible target along with the 200 SMA. Using the square, you can see that it broke above the 1/8 at that 105.23. And you got, what is this, March 9th? Keep an eye on that date. There's a vector right there. And nothing there. Pitchfork, you broke above the 50 percent in angle right here. So it could chuck along higher. It all depends what's going to stall it from here. But so far, it's above there. But then you got the Gann fan, not this one, not that one, this one. With the pitchfork, you're above the 50, but then you got the Gann fan angle from here, 45 scale. So it's going to be interesting how that's going to play out right there. What's going to dominate and what's going to hold it back. And lastly, the ellipse, using the major scale, lined up exactly where this volatility increased. So it'll be interesting to see if it's going to continue going higher. The Fibonacci, we're at the 38.2. The next target would be that 108, which is 23.6. Well, that's it. I am going to sign out. Hopefully you like this video. I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the US dollar.